Ribbit.
And we're
What's
live.
up, guys?
What up? Welcome
Ah,
back to the stream, everybody.
As Nadal.
As Nadal, we got your submission. Thank you for that. You are currently our one and only in the queue, which is haven't had that in a little while, which is maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing, but yeah, hopefully, I'm sure we'll get more submissions once your track starts playing, because that tends to
It brings in that heat. It's gonna bring in all the viewers. They're gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
There's also 4 viewers here apparently. So guys, get in your music. Use that form. It's our website, FastTrack. We have a completely open queue right now. We have 1 person in the queue so far. We usually get through 5, so there's 4 open spots that are free. If you want a tip to be reviewed first right away, you can do that. Same website. Submit your song, and then you'll be able to tip using the form on the left. So please, 6 people now, guys. Get your music in. We need it. We have an empty queue except for Asendel, so get them in. But yeah, sorry. What's new with you, Josh? How's it going?
I was just
How's
gonna
it going,
say,
Asendel?
if anybody is new here, just know that the reason that we get through 5 songs and only 5 in our 2-hour stream is we give very detailed feedback, perhaps the most detailed or constructive feedback that you'll find on these streams. So we go through these lists of these categories, as you can see: vibes, content, production, and then track total, and try to be as helpful as we can. So if anybody has music you're working on or stuff you've released and you really want to know how to take it to the next level or whatever, we are your guys. So send us your music through that link in the chat.
Do it. Cool. But without further ado, we can go to the first song, which is our homie Asnadel. It's been a while, he says, but they're back.
Yeah,
and we're excited. This album art, I was cheesing over it. It's pretty crazy looking, actually.
Wow.
Very motor.
It's got to be some AI stuff.
I was like, is it AI? Could be AI.
It looks like it. Is it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's very intricate, but it's called Higher Levels, Bricked Up. Their role on the track was a producer. The genre includes electronic and experimental. They said, I was told in another feedback stream that there might be too much low mids on the drop bases. What do you think? Cool. Okay. So very specific question. We appreciate that. So guys, use that form. You'll be able to ask for very specific feedback, and we'll give it to you. So
you said it's not AI, by the way, the cover.
That's crazy. That artist is fucking fire then.
Yeah, that is insane.
It's kind of sad that we assume that now.
I know. It's weird because it's like certain art styles have been appropriated by AI more than others.
For sure. Yeah, this kind of very intricate, very pattern heavy.
Yeah. Consistent colors. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. But okay, cool. Higher Levels, Asnadel, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Dude.
Fat.
Whoa.
Hey,
Yeah,
big ups
it
to him.
ended a little bit abruptly. I don't know if you're still working on it or what,
Right.
but that's sick.
Yeah, that was definitely sick. Muggs, did you figure it out? Don't know why. What's happening? Walk us through it. Because we made the website. We should understand why. The
Yeah.
biggest thing that people always forget is to actually title your track. So make sure that the track is titled.
Yes.
Yeah, the second drop is half-assed, so I didn't want to send that part. Okay.
L
Just like
Also, I don't know
yeah,
if
sorry.
that's you, Muzg, but probably not. Somebody by the artist name of Chemist Powered submitted a track called Pussy
Pussy
Power.
power. All right, bruh. Chemist powered, pussy power. What's the chemistry inside there? Anyways, we got higher levels. What do you think? Uh DJ Notch. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Did you submit? Are you pussy power? Let us know. Chemist
Oh,
powered. Oh
no,
yeah.
Chemist Power's here too.
What's good,
What
bro?
up?
Happy Friday. Here we go, DJ Notch. That's for
What's
you.
good?
But anyways,
DJ, send us your track.
DJ. We
Dude,
got first impressions vibes. Josh, what do you got?
this is good. I mean,
Fat.
like, really good, especially just the mix is like
Hmm.
it is so rare that we get stuff that's this like where it needs to be like this good in terms of just like the soundscape and mix. And it's obviously like this is what you can achieve. It's just like a lot of people don't get to this level of expertise. So
Oh yeah, for sure. There's levels to this
it's
shit.
great. I mean, it's awesome when just like you've got those little moments in between the cracks where everything you really feel that like vacuum, like
Mhm.
everything cuts out. A lot of people don't do that right, where there's like they're leaving reverb tails or they're not fully sidechaining what they need to in those breaks. It doesn't
Yep.
sound as impactful.
Mhm.
This is like how you need to do it. Like everybody take notes, use
Yep.
this as a reference track against your stuff
Hmm.
with Asnatel's permission. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have much bad to say about this, except maybe that the ending sounds a little bit unfinished. Um, but yeah, I don't know. What
Apparently,
do you
there's a
think?
whole apparently there's a whole second drop that we haven't got to.
Oh, right.
Um, no, this was fucking fire, and I gave the analogy to cone sound. He said he loves cone sound, and this is very cone sound esque, very kind of jazzy, bouncy kind of melody, big old womps, and I think the fucking frequency spectrum of the at least the low end of it is fantastic, and it's booming in my
Yeah,
headphones. It's something that you like. It's very fat. I think it's just if anything a little bit more harshness in the higher frequencies of those sounds, a little bit top heavy. Uh,
really?
I was yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just listening. Well, yeah, that's what I was feeling. I'm listening at a pretty loud level, but
Yeah.
yeah, like I was tempted to turn down.
The only
Um,
thing I could pinpoint is that they were a little bit like some of them were a little bit throaty, or like
mhm.
organic. But
Oh
some of
yeah,
that,
but
that
yeah,
I mean, it's
I'm a
stylistic.
little more. Yeah, I'm a little more forgiving for those,
It's
but
fine, but
that's just like
because
par for
my
the
take
course.
would have been that it's in the opposite direction, like what he was saying in his description, is that it's maybe a little bit low heavy, but I don't
That's
know.
what you
I
think?
didn't maybe I wasn't listening loud enough volume to get any issues with the highs. I would advise against making this less bright. I think it's gonna sound less crisp and high fidelity if you do that.
Mhm. I agree.
Maybe
It's definitely a subtle pick, and honestly, it's
yeah.
only for like very few select like moments.
Yeah, sure. Maybe those could just be automated a little bit in terms of
Yeah,
volume.
definitely automation. Yeah, in general, the mix sounds pretty professional.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't want you to mess this up because I think it sounds like almost like perfection mix wise. I mean, this is like it's in that 99.9% percentile type thing right now. It's
Mhm.
really good. I don't know if maybe we were listening on like speakers with even more bass, if we'd hear some sort of imbalance. I don't know who gave you feedback before, but to me, I didn't have that thought. It sounds really well balanced and really full to me.
Yeah. Agree to disagree. Yeah, I
But
think
any
it's like
other
a
vibes?
95 or something. Uh, okay, maybe just cut 4K cut in certain moments, bro. I have no idea.
You don't
There's
have a spectrometer, but
no, I don't
maybe.
have a spectrometer, but possibly if you hear it, then there's just like some. It's not all the bass sounds, but it's just the especially kind of wompy, like bro steppy, very. I don't even know. There's very sharp sounding sounds they like that you have that are part of the bass drop. Like those are the only ones where I felt like, oh, this is a little like harsh, and I want to turn down. Although at the same time, I want to like keep bumping to what I'm listening to. So yeah, but yeah, like Josh said, it's pretty up there in terms of mix, and he said 99. I'm probably at like a 93 for mix. Like it's pretty damn good, but yeah, there's just some moments there. Um, definitely, it's subtle.
Just because
So
the harshness or anything else?
No, just like in that realm of harshness, yeah. If we were to put it on that scale, but anyways, yeah. Other than that, I like the sounds. I think they're pretty. Uh, in general, everything's pretty crisp sounding, pretty fun, pretty bouncy, pretty hard. Um, I think I'd want a little bit more oomph out of the drums too, like the 2 and 4. I do hear what Josh is saying, like the side chaining is pretty fire. Maybe I'm just comparing it to Cone Sound where it's, like, so crisp and so, everything kind of pops through well, and I think you're doing it pretty well. It's just, like, I have that reference of just being a big Cone Sound fan for a long time, and, I could definitely tell there's levels like, you're in the upper echelon when it comes to definitely what we've heard, but also just what's out there. But if, you're the upper echelon, these guys are, like, probably what you referenced, so but yeah, just goes to show that, I think you're, pretty far up there, and this is great. So, good work. I wish I could hear the second drop, but yeah, I'm liking what I'm hearing. So, yeah, without further ado, we could give our score here for vibes. Let's see. Do you have a score?
Let's see. Yeah, I do.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Yeah,
Yeah, it's up
pretty
there. Pretty
damn
good.
good, bro. Let's see. We got some comments here. Great here, a little pokey. Yes. You guys have a cool way to submit. Fire. Hey, yeah, you
Thanks.
like our submit form? Cool.
We
Did we
got
get your
yours too,
track?
Notch. Yeah, we got
Okay, cool,
Notch.
cool.
And Must, yeah, I'm trying to figure. I'm not sure what you're having trouble with there. I don't think we've had anybody that. It seems like we haven't had anyone that hasn't been
Lucy
able to
Power
submit
Soul.
without forgetting to type something in. That track title thing can be hard to spot. It's next to the play button with the preview of your track.
Mhm,
Um, so maybe try that. But otherwise, I don't know. Do you have the
mhm,
details above the track area filled out?
mhm. I mean,
That
yeah,
would be
he said
another
he
area
signed
to
up,
make
so
sure.
it's just asking for the track stuff, right? Like, did you check
I think
all the
so.
boxes that you need? And give me a sec. All right, no worries. There's still a spot open, a couple spots actually. So yeah. Anyways, content. What do you got?
Um, yeah. So then let's see content. I mean, it's cool. Like it keeps things moving along. Doesn't get boring. Doesn't get stale. There's no like looping or repetitiveness. Definitely super engaging and has lots of surprises at every twist and turn, which I think is what you want with this genre.
Mm,
Um, it's just that it is not complete yet. That's the only thing really that I can pinpoint is like I don't know how you're gonna continue this or for how long and how you're gonna lead us out. I maybe would just caution to not like add too much onto this because I could like I honestly felt like if it had ended in a way that was more complete at the end there, I wouldn't be mad at the duration at all.
hmm,
But I think if you added like a full minute, it might be just a little bit too long to like keep our attention, especially if you're doing a lot of the same acrobatics like again. So
that's true.
I'm
Especially if
curious to
it's more of
hear.
the same too, because like from what I remember, it kind of just comes in hot. Like
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no real intro, really. It just
yeah.
kind of yeah. So
I don't think you want to make this a whole 3 minute long thing necessarily.
yeah.
Um, and I'm wondering what you are doing with that second drop and why you think it's not quite there yet. If there's something you think it needs.
Yeah, let me see here, the beginning here, just a second. Oop. Okay, it does kind of have like it's not full fucking balls to the wall at the begining, but yeah,
A little
okay.
bit, yeah. It's cool. It's so cool though.
No, it is cool. I'm just saying like yeah, there's no I wouldn't say like this is a motif that you need to revisit like to give like a section between your second drop and like something like you don't really need to add too much. But Muzg says they're done. All right, sweet. What was it like? You figured it
Nice.
out, so
Yeah. Tell us what it
let's
was
know.
so we can advise others if they're missing something or whatever it was.
Yeah, but my comments are the same as Josh. I think it's very enjoyable. All the sounds like sound pretty damn good, and yeah, it's just not done yet. So excited to see it done. But from what I'm hearing now, it's pretty damn solid. So great work,
Yeah. Most G said it was the track name.
bruh. We told you.
Yeah.
But
What did
okay,
we
so
say?
what do we say, bruh? But it's all good. What is
Yeah.
it? Pussy Power said that he figured it out and he's drunk as fuck. So that's what it is.
It's funny. We the drunkenness sometimes helps, sometimes doesn't, but good for you.
Yeah, sometimes and some people for sure. But okay, I have a score for Conda. Do you?
Chemist power definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I call him
Ready?
Pussy Power, but yeah, 3, 2, 1.
No, I
Boo.
was saying he is powered by chemistry if he's drunk.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Man, it's Friday. I'm drunk though too. Man, everybody
Everyone's
drunk,
drunk.
bro. Everybody drunk except me. What the fuck?
I'm drunk
But
on life.
yeah, lame. Not just kidding.
Yeah.
Production. What you got?
Uh, I mean, again, I think it sounds incredible. Like I could see that if you have a reference point of a specific like top notch example,
Skrillex level. Yeah.
then yeah, you could say it's not quite that, right? If it was, well, if it was that and it was also like pioneering in the way those things were, then you would be them.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. I mean, it's just again, it's like engaging to listen to. I think the mix is really well balanced.
Mm.
Maybe there's a few specific areas you could just like turn it up and see if there's anything that like is a little bit harsh, and then back those specific parts down. But I would advise you to not mess up this mix because I do think that it's really really good.
Definitely subtle.
Subtlety is the name of the game.
Yeah.
So
You're like
yeah,
pretty much there. So
yeah, and maybe just like make sure you listen on different speakers, car speakers, especially with where there's going to be a lot of lows and low mids. See it, test against reference tracks, and maybe there's something that we can't hear. But overall, really good.
Muzz G, we typically listen to one song per artist per stream. You sent in a 40-second one. Um, you could switch it out if you want. Just let us know. You could just delete it, and then we'll make sure that we get to you. Got it. Cool.
Yeah, you've
All
got
right.
time before
Sweet.
that too, must you?
Yeah, you do have time. That little flop sent you back a couple spots, but is what it is. Cool. Okay, production. Yeah, I think I already said my piece too. It's pretty damn good. And there's just a scale to be like green is like I don't want to say commercial, but it's like radio ready. Like this sounds pretty professional. Like when you're talking about like,
Yeah,
oh, if you were like Cone Sound or Skrillex back in the day where you had this revolutionarily sounding mix, that'd be like a purple for production. But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
this is like we don't have a purple for production, but yeah. So putting that in mind, it probably changes my score a little bit. But cool. I have a score to you.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Ugh.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
great.
damn good, bro. It's pretty much there. I
Hmm.
just want to I want to blast this shit to the loudest volume possible, and then maybe that's what I was doing, and yeah, I just heard a little bit of the sharper edges around the things, but
Yeah,
yeah. Track total. You got yours?
yeah, I do.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
damn good.
think overall for me, this is like really well executed, really impressive. It's like hard to get to this, and it's rare in the sea of like electronic music out there on SoundCloud and whatnot. But maybe that extra little margin there is just for making sure that it's like unique. You get the song structure through to the end down because that could really make or break this. Like if it
Mhm.
just keeps doing the same thing for another minute, that's it's going to make the experience feel worse by the end of it because you're
Mhm.
probably going to be like, oh,
Diluting it a
it
little
was,
bit, man.
yeah, it's like you get expectations really high at the beginning because it's great. And then slowly they trail off as you repeat things too much. So just
Mhm.
don't make that mistake and you'll be good. And yeah, like you said, in the future, feel free, and this goes for everyone, send us stuff that is in progress that isn't completely finished because we can, provide feedback on where you're at right now, and just get a better idea of where you're going with your track. So
Wait, who were you talking to specifically? Notch or
no, I was well to anyone. So I was talking about
got it.
this track. Like if you had sent, had mentioned sending us the second drop also.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. DJ Notch, can I send another? We'll play this next week. Need to know if the PA will stand the mix. Like I said, we only listen to one song per artist. You've already submitted in the queue, so what you can do is, if you want to like rather have us listen to the other song you want to submit, delete your submission, and then resubmit, and we'll keep your spot. I think you're third. Yeah, so you're after Chemist Powered. So once Chemist Powers goes, we'll play your track. But yeah, if you'd rather have us listen to the song that you want to submit versus the one you just submitted, delete that one and then
Yeah.
resubmit.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Esado. We appreciate you. I would just say, I'm a big fan of Cone Sound, and I want your sound does sound a little bit different, but I want it to be even more unique. That's like what I want from you. Just because I have like that
Yeah,
reference, and I could
yeah,
immediately tell what your influence is. It's not a bad thing. Like who are we but our influences? But I want you to push the envelope because you have such a strong foundation. Now it's the time to be an artist, or even more of an
yeah,
artist, I would say. So, but cool. Appreciate you, Asnadel. It's good to see you again, and damn, your music's good. Cool. Pussy power. We don't talk
yep.
about pussy this Friday. You ready? This is
Yeah,
Chemist
let's that
powered.
one live.
This is not as bricked up. Their role as a vocalist on this track. The genre is electronic, and they didn't add anything else in
It,
detail. So
it is
Chemist
pretty
powered.
bricked up.
Yeah, Chemist powered. If you are, it's not all the way bricked up like Asnadel's was, but Chemist powered. You're in the chat, so let us know if you have anything that we need to focus on in specifics, or if you want to talk about the track. You can let us know. But cool. You ready, Josh?
Yep. So
All right, 3, 2, 1.
yeah.
Pussy.
Ty si podľa mňa nevieš úplne predstaviť, že s akými vecami ja dealujem ohľadne toho tracku, že reálne som bola v meste včera a ma asi 6 ľudí zastavilo.
'13. Honestly, I was
It really
kind of
does.
thinking of that era.
Dude, no, it reminds me of the push me and then just touch me and then also the whoa, 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 like
A
those kind of
little
house songs like
some of
back
the
in the
like Black
day.
Eyed Peas stuff
Black Eyed
even
Peas
came
for
around.
sure. Yes, yes. Yeah, it has that retro vibe to it. But it also has that nice melodic like if I think this is French. If I knew French, I'd love to sing along at that part. But yeah, it has that vibe. Lady Gaga or an Usher song. Yes,
Yeah, a little
I can
bit.
see that too. Fuck, what is the specific song I'm thinking of? Anyways, yeah, it's that era. I think you guys all nailed it. Um, chemist powered. Okay, I was gonna see. It's Czech language, my friend. Ah, okay, my bad. I see. Very, very cool.
Oh,
Um, yeah, find a hot girl dancing to it. Yeah, real. It's called Pussy Power. So, um,
The
hot
Way
girl
I
shit.
Are by Timbaland.
Uh, what's it? Yeah, anything. Wait, The Way I Are by Timbaland. I forget. I don't know that
I
song.
don't think I know that one.
I know Timbaland, but anywho, um, yeah, it's all in that lane. Do you have anything to say for vibes?
Yeah, I mean that maybe that's the main like stylistic takeaway. Like I was finding myself in some nostalgia throughout it. And I don't like I guess it's kind of preference. I don't think it's a bad thing. I
Nope.
don't think any of us are saying it's a bad thing. It just like sounds of that era more than it does like today. But you know, there are always waves in popular culture that sort of circle back to different eras, and people often like that because again,
Hmm.
it provides that nostalgia. Um, the only other thing that I really was thinking is I think that like, the mix sounds like pretty good overall. Like it's not amateur at all, but I think it could use a little bit more clarity, and I think potentially either just the lows and the low mids might be maybe driving like a compressor or like some sort of saturation a little bit too hard and filling out just like the space more than needed, or maybe there's some sort of reverb or some other processing that's sort of like spreading things, smearing things across a little bit. It just doesn't sound quite as like defined, and things don't sound as what's the word? Like there's not as much separation as you'd like
Hmm.
between elements. It's making like the clap sound a little bit weaker than I think it should be. And I think it's getting in the way of just clarity, even of like the vocals and stuff too. The like staging is not necessarily there
No,
because there's so much crowding. Actually, I think.
really interesting. Even with like such a simple mix.
Yeah, it's like yeah. Overall, I think it sounds pretty professional, but I feel like I could envision a version of this that's a lot clearer in terms of mix, and kind of like think about this versus an actual Black Eyed Peas song
Hmm.
or an actual song from one of those eras.
From
And
Timbaland.
I'm sure that if you
They sound
compared them,
so clean. Yeah,
you would find that yeah, they sound a lot more clean.
yeah.
So
Let me give a preview of this again.
She's oczy dane stracim czasem powiedział do bardziej nie spomałem kim
Yeah.
even like the vocal, like it's got nice top end presence to it, but the bottom end, like the body of the vocal, is getting totally lost to me in the mix because of all that stuff that's just happening the whole time in the background, and it seems to extend pretty far up frequency wise. So it's one of those things where it's again in that like 90th plus percentile in terms of mix. It's
Mhm.
like passable. It's just not outstanding. It's not like it doesn't have the clarity of actual like radio ready stuff quite. But it's still like it's balanced like nicely overall. Nothing sticks out really far. Is really weird,
Yeah.
which is good. It's not like too harsh by any means. Nothing
Yeah.
like that.
For sure, dude. I think Black nailed it, and I think that was the song I was thinking of. Is that the one that goes?
That song.
I like you just the way you are. That song is that the song Black? Because that
What?
was I think that's the one that I was
He
singing
said,
like the
"Yeah,
like that's like the synth
okay,
line.
yeah,
But
yeah."
yeah, that nailed it. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
It's funny.
Um, yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I like the mix a lot. I can see what Josh is saying, but it does sound pretty clean. Like again, like high
It's
level
up
mix
there
for
for
sure.
sure. Yeah,
Um, cool. And like I didn't even have to know I didn't even know what the fuck the language was, let alone anything that was said. But I vibed a lot. There's
yeah,
universal vibe. So good
yeah.
stuff. Um, cool. God knows what he's saying. It's something about pussy, but yeah. Um, cool. Do you have a score for this?
Yeah, I do.
Vibes 3, 2, 1. Bow. Yeah, I liked it.
Boom. It's cool.
Content.
Um, content. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty engaging. I don't think it needs to have anything crazier like added to it or changed really. The only thing, I mean, I don't totally know what the best way to go about like international releases is,
Hmm.
because I know like with American releases, like you're primarily aiming at like English speakers, but also a lot of the world knows enough English to like listen to American music, and so it gets distributed everywhere, and like whatever, you don't really need to worry about the translation medium. Versus with this kind of stuff, like, is the goal just to have people who know the Czech language to listen to it, or is it to be distributed for anyone? Because there are a few areas where some of the syllables, to me, as an English speaker, sound a little bit awkward. Like there's too much jumbled into one phrase. But again, if you speak the language, you might think that it's totally normal. But I don't know, right? Because it's possible that you might have some phrasing in there that Czech speakers would find to be a little bit awkward. It's like we can't really say. So I don't know if the sort of aesthetics carry through of like having awkward sounding phrasing from language to language or ear to ear. So I can't really provide feedback on that. But there were a couple points that I kind of thought that, and as like an English speaker, it was something that stood out slightly. Most of it was fine though.
I agree with Josh. Your language is bad. You should feel bad. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No,
You
no,
could
no.
change it.
I mean,
No,
I'm a plead the fifth here. Like, I think it sounded pretty good. I didn't even hear like the awkward moments that you're talking about. But
there were only like one or two maybe, but
yeah,
yeah, it's again, I don't really know.
okay, good.
Um,
That they understand English enough to know that it's a joke. I sure Czech is crazy. I knew one Czech person back in the day. She was pretty nice. But anyways, yeah, okay. Anything else to say for content?
Not really. I mean, I think it's fine. Like I said, I don't think it's anything groundbreaking, but
That's true.
it does have the nostalgia factor, which is cool.
Hmm.
It's like, but it's nostalgia and it's in a different language, which makes it even more different. Kind of
Yeah,
cool.
it is interesting.
But,
It's like
yeah,
Mandela effect, alternate reality, for
yeah. You
sure.
got anything else for content?
No, I think it's a booty banger. It's a pussy power popping club banger, bro. I could see this in the club. I'm not a clubber, but yeah. Um, cool. All right, I got a score. Do you?
Yep.
Content 3, 2, 1.
All
Production.
right, and then production. Like I said, I think it's pretty top notch. It's like
Yep.
definitely 90th plus percentile, if not higher.
Mhm.
Um, I wonder what this would sound like actually, like again with a subwoofer or like a car, because there is a lot of low end, a lot of low mid, and it's kind of present the whole time. And I think you can kind of see that in the waveform a little
Mhm.
bit.
Mhm.
But yeah, that is one area that you might want to again like do the same thing, like test it in different systems with sub and with in like a car, and just see if you can get any more like spacing and sort of stereo definition out of your different parts and where they live. I think the clap has a lot of potential to be more like have more stereo width to it and more immersion. Right now, it's a little bit weak to my ears, and it might even just be that you need to do some more layering with the claps there too. Again, not bad, but just to me, kind of like average.
Mhm.
And I think today there's like this higher standard you can achieve with the
Yep.
width of things and the snappiness and clarity and all that stuff, separation.
Yeah. It
So
does sound dated, right? Like we were talking about. Like it's back in the day
a little
kind of
bit,
sound. And
yeah.
the
And
producers
I
now are capable
basically
of
prompt you
crazy
to,
shit.
yeah, I would suggest just trying to test this against some reference tracks, even from that era, and just see what the difference is. I don't know if you'll have to loudness match them. I'm not sure how loud those tracks were, but get them like level matched and then see which sounds clearer and better and more,
Mhm.
bouncy.
Mhm.
But it's close. It's super good.
Oh
Definitely
my
credit due where it's due.
God, shawty, let me love you down. Anyways, yeah, I agree with Josh. Um, it's pretty top notch. Sounds pretty clear. Could be clearer if we're talking about that era. And yeah, pretty good. You have a score?
Yeah, I do.
3, 2, 1. Ugh. Oh, 82 for production? Okay.
83
I thought you said it was upper 90.
percentile. We don't rate on percentile.
Oh, okay. I see.
Well, we do, right? Where
Nah,
0th percentile is it redo.
redo. Yeah, yeah. That's true.
We have a 200-point scale. So,
Yeah. Okay. I see. Track total.
yeah, and then track total. Let's see.
I got mine.
It's cool. We've got two good ones already here.
Real. 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Thank you, Chemist Power. Appreciate you. First time submitter going crazy.
Yeah, this is sweet.
Love to hear it. Love to hear some more stuff come out of the Czech Republic here. Um, and yeah, cool. We got DJ Notch next. Notch,
Notch.
you said you wanted to give us another track. Did you do that? If not, let us know because we're gonna play it. And if we play it, we ain't gonna listen to another one. So, all
Yep.
right, guys, I appreciate your detail analysis. Really appreciate it for
Stick with
sure,
it.
bro.
All right.
Now stay with it. Good. It just got out of the
Go.
oven. Interested what people think. Okay, cool. He cooking. Let him cook.
Out of the
Forrest Dub.
oven. All
Forrest,
right.
2 R's like he's Gump. Your
Of course,
role as
dub. Yeah.
producer.
Exactly.
Track genres are experimental. All right, cool. Let us know. It's fresh out the oven. Notch, if you want to say anything else about it or if you want us to listen for it. He said it's fresh out the oven, so it looks like it's the idea phase. Maybe we'll be a little bit more forgiving on production, but we'll be real. So you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Notch, where are you from? Because oven is.
Oh, I don't hear you
Germany.
anymore, Chris. Oh, it came
Oops.
back.
Might be. You're good, bro. We understood it. I'm
Gonna
just
say-
poking fun at you.
Sounded a little Germanic.
Germanic.
Dutch
Wolfen.
or something. Yeah.
Drunk as well, of course. Bruh. I have a story about that. Oof. Drum kit is like me from the 90s. Little raindrops in the There it is.
Interesting.
Forrest Dub indeed. This reminded me. You guys ever play the game called Wipeout? It's like a racing game. N64, Wipeout 64.
No.
So it reminds me of that kind of music. Even like that last part where it was like like that little vocal, like that was like chopped and stuff, or was it glitchy? But it's a very simple glitch. Like the Wipeout does that all the time, and it has like the drums that were chosen. I felt like were very stock, like very old sounding. So like it could be good and bad. This case, I think it could be improved. An improvement that I would suggest is like just upgrade some of the sounds. But overall, I was pretty captivated the whole time. Maybe up until the end there. I think in general, it's a cool scaffold, cool idea for sure. Don't abandon it. I think the next thing to add is something like a top line to kind of keep us captivated throughout the whole song and have like a journey to follow. Right now, it just seems like it's a cool beat and an ambience that setting that's being played, but there's no like main story going on.
Yeah.
Josh, what do you have to say?
Well, I was just gonna try to play this part back because I thought this was cool.
Do it.
Let's see if it'll play.
Cool. Pew.
Okay, so that happens, and I have to say though, so I really like that was unique, like what you did with that little build, the fuzzy thing, whatever it was, and then it cuts out. Like that's really dramatic and cool. But it raised my expectations that there was going to be a really dramatic drop after that because of how much like drama you built up by doing that, how much like tension you created, and it was not resolved for me by that drop.
Mhm.
Like, what's weird about the when you went into that drop is that there was like a little point when it was louder and then it got quieter right after. Like it was like not set to the right level and then it was like correcting. And I think it just felt a little bit sleepy to me after that. And honestly, like after that point, I was like, this got kind of not as exciting as I thought it was going to be, and it kind of stayed at that energy level the whole time. And
Mhm.
by the third section, I was kind of zoning out, and
Mhm.
this is like only 2 minutes. So yeah, I don't know. Like I like a lot of the stuff that you're doing. What stands out to me as being unique is that synth that you're kind of like feels like you're dragging it around, and it's got like a lot of dynamics. It's kind of going up and down. That main like synth line thing.
Mhm.
I would just caution to be careful with how dynamic it is because it's pretty like like there are big volume changes and big dynamic changes that sometimes feel a little bit uncontrolled, or like they don't quite make sense. It's just kind of like too erratic. So maybe just like I think playing with that and having it be dynamic and weaving around doing cool stuff is great, but just like do it in a way that feels measured enough and not too erratic that the listener has to worry about if it's going to get too loud or get too like quiet. So yeah, but I don't know. It's interesting. Like I sort of there's a unique vibe here and how chill it is with also like these fuzzy like synth sounds, but I just think there's not enough excitement to carry through, and it's only like 2 minutes 18 seconds.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I like it, and I want more out of it,
Yeah,
out of the foundation that you've created.
I think so too. I think that even the ideas that he had there for the drop were oh shit. For some reason, my freaking desktops keep getting out of order.
So,
Shit, hold on. Um, that like drop at the beginning there, it was cool, and I like that kind of uh, what is it? It's almost like a brass even, where it's like bang. Like I think that's a cool idea. I think it's
yeah,
just not executed to be as big as like I think this person has a vision for it to be like huge, and I was like, yeah, this would be a great thing to add. It's just not executed, and it could just be like one the way that it's mixed, but also just the sound itself. And I feel that a lot for this track in particular. Like the drums, like the clap here sounds like a very stock clap. Like all the percussion is just not very punchy. It's not really
yeah,
punching through the mix at all.
yeah,
And even if they were, they're very kind of plain sounds. So I would play with like layering, play with um like yeah, just more interesting sounds like all around. And I would go for the synths as well. You could maybe make this like initial hit be like more wide, so use like a stereo widener or something just to make it even feel even more bigger, you know?
yeah.
But
Just
I think it starts with the sound. Like, you need to have a good sound, like, whether it's a sample, whether it's a synth, like, preset, like, I think that's where you start. The ideas, I think, are cool and are there. It's just, the execution. Your tool belt, I think, could be upgraded. But neat Skrillex for
yeah.
the drums
I
for real.
like that yeah. I like the chord progression there a lot. I think it's unique.
Mhm.
But I think that it kind of doesn't change enough throughout the rest of the track, and there's not enough like drama or punchiness to make this really like engaging throughout the whole listen.
Right. But cool. Okay. We'll go ahead and give our score for vibes then. Let's see. I gotta think about mine. Do. Okay. Do you have a score?
Yeah, I do.
3, 2, 1. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's cool.
Pretty start idea. Cool start idea. But we had some comments. Content. What do you have?
Yeah, I mean the content for me is mainly just the structure. Like it I feel like there was a lot of excitement generated by the build at the beginning.
Hmm.
And then after that it kind of just stayed the same for the rest of the track roughly. So that's maybe the main thing is just like to weave more drama and adventure and journey into the progression after that.
We need a main
And
character to your story, bro.
yeah, yeah, and just the sound choices could be a little bit more modern and kind of like have width and punchiness and like all the good immersive qualities that you want out of this kind of thing.
Hmm.
I think the idea, again, the ideas are cool. That like I think the bones of the structure make sense, um, and the chord progressions and a lot of the melodies are like a good foundation. But it just needs a little bit more on top of it or more
Hmm.
excitement to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, there's a couple of dropouts too, and like little changes here to transition. I guess transitions are the right word. Transition between sections, and I think that was done decently well. It's just there's no main top line or character that's going through the journey, so that's what I want to hear, and that's kind of like a hard thing to do. So, um, yeah. But with all that being said, I have a score to you.
Let's see.
I talked about the plain kind of stock sounding sounds as well. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I do.
3, 2, 1, and production.
Yeah, and then production again. It's like just needs a little bit more excitement, a little bit more care as far as making it immersive and kind of more 3D.
Yeah.
But it's again not bad. Like we've gotten pretty good mixes so far today
Yeah,
overall.
bro. Trust us, it gets worse for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've heard terrible things. So
Where's Jokerhead? I mean, just wondering.
damn, bro. I wonder why he came up.
Yeah, just
But
wondering.
yeah, just wondering. Yeah, I don't know why. It's weird. Yeah. But anyways,
That's fun.
yeah, I agree with Josh completely. I think the things can be made like bigger, more cinematic. I think you're kind of going for a cinematic feel almost. It just falls flat at this point. But there's nothing like terribly wrong with it. Decently loud, decent kind of separation of everything. But yeah, just kind of stock sounding stuff. Wanted to hear just kind of nicer source material and make that material kind of be expansive and shine. So yeah, I have a score to you.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. What the fuck just happened?
But
My like score bar like went mini for a second, but
weird.
yeah, let me see again. I'm at a 70 basically.
Okay.
Do you have anything for track total?
Um, no, not much else to say. I mean, again, it's like I think you've got a good foundation here. You've got some really cool ideas, some unique ideas. It's just the execution of like making the structure stay interesting throughout, the sounds stay be interesting, and the mixing and production to also be like immersive and modern and interesting. But I think you're on the path there. It's just like finding those ways to stand out.
Hmm. Yep, fresh out the oven, undercooked a little bit. Put it back in, get cooking. Let's see what you got. But cool. I got a score to you.
Yeah, I do.
3, 2, 1. It's my favorite score, baby.
Nice.
It's not like a funny joke song either. It's just like how
No,
it
that's
shook out.
reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah. But cool. Appreciate you, Notch. We hope to hear an updated version of it soon. We got Muzz G next.
Muzz G.
Muzz G, did you also want to replace your track? What's happening? I don't know what you did. More
Yeah, Muzz, are you good
He
with
said,
this
"Nah,
one?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
Fire."
okay.
Muzz G, he's back.
Sweet.
If I remember, he's the one with the brain logo, but it says EXT Whip 140 BPM. Is it dubstep? Track genre dubstep. Called it. Your role, composer. Um, their description, they ask for the idea, feedback on the mixing, as well as the atmosphere. Cool. Well, let us know anything else, Muzz G. Other than that, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
We got dubstep 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, violin.
Like pitch down. Yeah, these are some crisp drums.
I don't know if that snare really fits here though.
I hear that. I love those like timbale toms.
Kind of like a really bright snare for an otherwise dark mix.
The perks are crazy.
Interesting.
The perks are
Snippet.
crazy. Yeah, snippet indeed. I agree with your point.
Hmm.
Actually, I'd want like a darker kind of punch me in the stomach kind of snare
Yeah,
versus
yeah,
this light work here. But no, yeah,
yeah.
that was cool. That was crisp as fuck. Um, it's just an idea ready. Cool. Yeah. All right. What do you have for vibes first impressions? It's only 40 seconds long, so only so much we could give. But
Yeah, I mean, I like the sort. What is it like? Almost like desert type vibe.
mhm.
Um, And the bass, I guess I can agree with Notch here, is cool.
We love the Roland.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure like what you're gonna do with this because the section you've got right now musically to me sounds like it kind of I don't know. I don't want you to just repeat this the whole time through the track because I know that that's gonna get boring. There's something like some like tension to this musically that I think needs to be resolved somehow, or just to have a little bit of a let up from, so you can come back to the tension.
Right.
Um, so maybe some section in the middle that doesn't have as much of the same content, like harmonic content, could help.
I
But
actually thought this halftime section here was going to be a start of a build-up. That's like what I was expecting,
mhm.
and then there'd be like a drop for sure. Like to me, that sounds like it was going to be like a build-up there. It's ABC
Weird,
squeeze in 40 seconds.
very odd rhythmically too.
Very odd. Yeah, that's why I was like, "Oh, this is cool." Like,
That might be what I'm feeling too. Is like I don't know if we have the resolve yet, right? Like even like the rhythmic resolve to get away from like the odd metered stuff that you can't really like understand very easily to something a little bit more groovy. Um, so maybe you have some work to figure out. Like, do you have the drop or chorus section yet, or the hook or whatever, or do you need to create that still? Like, is this like a precursor to something even bigger or different or cool? Like, who knows? That I think it might be an interesting idea to try to not make the rest of the track sound exactly like this section. Try to see how much you can get away from it, and then come back to this and have like a more interesting journey than just like trying to incrementally add to this exact vibe, this
oh,
exact set of melodies and chords.
it's interesting. He said it's like ABC squeezed in 40 seconds. So are you saying these are the three different sections of the song that are squeezed in 40 seconds? If that's the case, Josh is saying like maybe make the sections more different.
Pro- Probably,
Yeah,
or like
because they
again,
don't sound much different. Yeah,
you've got 48 seconds here. Like, there's nothing binding you to like saying I have three different types of sections here, and therefore I can only use a total of three types of sections, right? I think what you've got right now, not thinking about what the different, the dividers between the sections are, you could do something different after this and then come back to this vibe later, and you'd have a perfectly viable and probably better listening experience than just trying to stick to these three sections. Because
cool.
right now it's like, I guess like it's not like it's exactly the same throughout, but does that matter? Like, does it have to be ABC BC whatever? No, it doesn't have to be. Like, you can do whatever you want with it. So don't rationalize yourself into a corner. I would say yes, try to experiment with it and see how far you can stretch this around, because you might just find that by trying to make another section that's got a different thing going on, you find cool stuff that you can incorporate into your existing stuff, even if you don't want to have it stray really far away.
Mm.
I think the experimentation is probably the best place to be right now with this track. I think the
Yep.
material you've got right now isn't complete enough to form a full track.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was saying like, "Oh yeah, these are all three sections. I'm just gonna work it out to make a track like ABC, BC, or whatever."
Could be,
What
but
we're
yeah,
asking, I guess, is like either change B or C to like uh you know change the tension of it, because yeah, it all feels like there's no release, really. There's no journey with if these are the only three sections. If not, like, you could always make more sections. I don't know like how many sections you have in mind, but yeah, that's all we can kind of give you for 40 seconds. So
yeah,
otherwise, I really like the percussion here. I think this is one of the best mixing sounding drums I've heard so far. It's like crisp. There's like, I agree with Josh that the snare is probably a little bit light though. But I love those like timbale tom fills that are kind of like in the background. Those are very cool. The percussion rhythms are like so intricate and so interesting to listening to. So I like it a lot.
yeah,
And yeah, it's a start to something cool. But yeah, that'll go into my score. So you have a score?
yes.
All right, three, two, one. Ugh.
Boom.
Yeah, 66. More so like it's
7.
not finished yet. Yeah,
Yeah, basically, it's like there's some interesting stuff here, but I think to make it compelling and interesting as a full track, it's going to take some more work.
true. Content.
And yeah, that's the same thing. Just
Yep.
like, this is a cool start. I would really pay attention to like the tension versus resolve thing, and I kind of think that like harmonically, melodically, whatever, sonically, the sections you create
Spitting.
may not need to match super closely with what you have right now to still be a really cool journey that you can create throughout it, as long as you tie them together in like a smart sort of smooth way.
Mhm.
Because right now there's like, I don't feel like there's a lot of rigid form in this, and there aren't a lot of listener expectations built into this like style, right? So it gives you more freedom to play around with how you surround this stylistically. So take that opportunity. Like don't feel like you only have to stick with this one aesthetic the whole time. I think it would be cool if you stray a little bit, do something different, come back to this. Like just again, you've already got a lot of tension here, so you need to have a lot of like push and pull around that. I think to make it not just a stressful like 3 minute experience.
Mhm.
It's got to take us around in a journey, even if that journey is really weird.
Yep,
So yeah,
I agree.
just my take.
Yeah, I agree completely. And yeah, I like what's cool. What's here now? I think it's pretty cool. I just want more. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, cool. You have a score?
Um. Yes.
All right, 3, 2, 1, easy.
Yeah, I figured.
Production.
Uh, and then yeah, production. The main thing is I just think that snare sounds like way too bright for this. Like, I don't know. It sounds a little bit like a middle schooler would choose that snare like put on this. For some reason, it's just like too high strung.
Yeah.
Um, so
Everything else
that's
I think sounds great, but yeah.
yeah. Everything else is nice and dark and broody and cool, mysterious.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think
Drums are
that snare
punchy,
would
except for
yeah,
the snare. Yeah.
changing the snare out would help a lot. Doing even like if you did some formant shifting or some filter sweeping stuff around the snare, I think that could potentially be interesting in this like context somewhere.
hmm
Um,
I think it just needs a little bit more oomph. That's all.
yeah, room verb maybe. Obviously, always be careful. Make sure you're not diluting stuff, like reducing punchiness with reverb,
Yeah, we need more
or
punch for sure.
washing things out too much, or like you said there, washed bit high frequencies of snare. I think is what you said.
hmm This music speak, bro.
Um, but yeah, it's again, it's not bad. It's like got a cool sound starting to form. It's just obviously not there. I think probably makes sense to wait until you have more content to really fully mix it out too. Because otherwise, if you got this section like really well mixed, and then you start adding stuff and it sounds less well mixed, it might be kind of a might be hard to gauge the like listen through experience, right? I think it's generally easier if you have a relatively consistent mix, like progression across your track. So you're not listening to one section well mixed and another section not well mixed, and favoring the part that's mixed better. When if the whole thing was mixed evenly, you'd have like more of an even perspective around the listening experience. So
Mm-hmm.
just be careful around that. But yeah, otherwise it's just in progress. Like that's where it is. It's in a good place.
Yep. I think it sounds pretty sweet, production wise speaking, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it was probably some of the best drum sounds I heard today. But yeah, it's just not finished. So cool. We want to hear more of it. Can't wait. But yeah, we have to give scores here. So production, what do you got?
Yeah, let's do it.
3, 2, 1. Boo. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
I'm having technical difficulties.
Oh,
What's yours? 69. Okay. All right.
just because it's not finished.
I mean,
And
production
to me,
wise,
I think the snare. All right, I'll bump it up a couple points. Fine.
it's up to you, bro. It's subjective. It's subjective. It's fine. It's okay. Uh, you're just
It's
wrong.
not bad.
No,
I just
just kidding.
all right. Track total. Let's
Track
see.
total. It's definitely not done. So, all right, I got mine.
Yeah, me too.
It evens out just fine here. 3, 2, 1. Blah.
All right, I got to do my 69, so I'm happy.
All right, fire. I don't know why it's not refreshing for me, but yeah, production wise, you have the right track. Isn't fit in its yes yet. Fuck, sorry, I just had glue in my brain for a second. Quit crazy. We have one spot, bruh. We have
Quinn,
one
get
spot.
in here. Yeah,
Yeah,
send your
bruh.
track in.
Is it time? We have one spot left. It's free. You don't gotta pay shit, and we just might walk away with the I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't hype up this.
No, then we're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, I don't want to do that to him. It's not fair. But guys, people in the chat, like this person has got a 2-time back-to-back purple rating here. So, and they weren't even finished. So we're excited to see them. I'm not sure if they have a track this week, but all I have is a remix. Okay, and we'll listen to it. If you want to submit it, like there is one spot left, guys. So use the website there, and we'll listen to it. Otherwise, we'll give it to Quinn because
Yeah,
we love his music.
send it in because otherwise we have nothing to do now.
Yeah, that's true. Well, if you want to talk about Fast Track real quick, I gotta pee.
It's
Okay, I'll be back.
perfect. All right. Yeah. So Fast Track is not just this stream, believe it or not, and it's not just the submission portal that you see. The bigger thing that we've been working as kind of our mission as a startup, which is what we are, is building a better way to collaborate and manage your music releases. So we have a platform underneath all of this on the same website, currently in beta that we're having people test out, and you can be a tester as well, which I'll talk about if you want to. But the idea is you can upload projects with tracks in them and versions of those tracks as you revise stuff, and then invite your collaborators with different levels of access, and people can leave comments on your tracks on the individual versions with timestamps, so you can get feedback from your collaborators and figure out what to do next, who needs to do what. That goes hand in hand with tasks, so you can create tasks that you can assign to your team members. You can add deadlines to them so that people get reminded before those, so you stay on track. And we're also building features around teams, so you can actually have your own sort of modular, almost like your own record label teams that you create, where you have somebody for each of the roles that you need, each of the hats and that you need to wear to release music. So that is what we're building. There's a lot of stuff that we're thinking about and that we're currently working on with like AI and a lot of other features with like syncing your files to your desktop, like to a folder, that kind of stuff. So we're excited about all of that and very much open to your feedback. If you want to be a beta tester, eventually we'll let everyone in, probably.
Beta.
But as of right now, reach out to us directly and we'll get you into it. Either each of us on Instagram or our FastTrack_music Instagram or Discord, which I'll add in the chat.
Let's see here. I went
But,
to pee in the
yeah,
chat.
we're excited
Blows
about
up here, bruh. We got Quinn submitted.
Yeah.
Looks like we got it in. Lil X the God. Can I send something in, my guy? Yes, you can always. Although we typically get through 5, and this is the 5th one. So
We might have time. I mean, we've got. I think.
yeah,
we'll
we
probably
do.
have
We
time.
might have time. Yeah. So we've been getting faster. So use that form. Oh, here we go. I'll give it to you. Boom. Use that form right there. Take it to your web. It'll take you to our website where you can submit your song, and we'll listen to it. Ripperino, my bag, Lil X. No, you're good, bro. We'll just play this on 2x speed. No, just kidding. But Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso, never heard of it before. Quinn Flip, Quinn, legendary friend of the stream here. He's back with a bricked up waveform. Their role on the track was a producer. It's a house song and remix of Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso, Big Whip, work in progress. Okay, cool. You ready?
Yep.
Quinn
Let's
has
do it.
never sent us a finished track. So 3, 2, 1.
A little bit bright. Ooh.
Or a monster vibe. You have to hear, bro.
Fucking crazy, dude.
Oh, that little
So nice.
Bro
Dude,
has the fucking ear, bro.
what the fuck?
He has the ear every time.
Jesus. I was
You
like
can't
not
you can't
expecting
lose.
that because it's a remix, but dude, it's so good.
It's so fire.
Um, is that the same chord progression as the song with that cool like diminished chord at the end of the phrases? 'Cause that's like awesome.
Hmm.
Hits so hard.
I have no idea. I appreciate you, bruh. If you appreciate us, drop your music already. What the hell? Unless we're sleeping, but my understanding is you haven't dropped. The original is in C
No,
major.
so
Nope,
so this
sorry,
is a
Josh. It's
different.
only it's only the most simple fucking key ever.
No, but I'm saying if you added that chord progression in, that's like genius. That's awesome.
Oh, I see. I'm asleep.
I don't
Sorry,
care about
Quinn.
the
I
key.
missed it. I missed it. I need to follow Quinn on all social platforms. But anyways, that was fire. That was cool. The kid did it again. He's got the ear. Um, who was I feeling? I was feeling Muramasa vibes, and Muramasa is one of my top producers
Oh
like
yeah,
all
a
time.
little
He's
bit.
fantastic. A little more busy, I would say. There's some areas where I don't even know what to call that sound, where it's like a filter, like the wow wow wow, like those little like wubby kind of filter things. It sounds just a little bit busy in some portions. I really much appreciate it when I can like hear the clarity, and I guess maybe I'm making an unfair uh, comparison to Muramasa, but I mean, also like you're just up there, bro. Like Muramasa is fantastic, and like that's where I want to put you because you're fantastic as well. But yeah, like the point is, I feel like there's some portions that could be a little bit more clear, and the thing that I would like take a look at is that kind of filtery. I don't even know what to call it, but it's like that sloshy kind of uh, uh synth that you have going on. I think it's cool. I think it's just maybe muddying up things a little bit. But other than
Can
that,
you
this is
go
like
to where that
awesome.
is?
Um, yeah, let me see. Oops. It happens a couple times. Oops. Is it playing for you?
Do you mean that it's got like a? It was playing for me for the first song.
Right here. Right here. Like,
Wait, where are you playing from?
I was playing
Oh,
from.
it thought you were playing right from the beginning. You can't click around the waveform while it's playing.
Okay. Do we want to try again here? Let's see.
I mean, I heard.
Like, there's like a
You
lot
mean
of
the Ottawa, the filter
yeah.
on the
There's
synth?
an Ottawa, but there's also like a white noise. I think that's happening, or
Oh,
some very
maybe.
like high frequency kind of clashing. Like content wise, I think I like everything there. I just feel like there's a little bit of clash in the upper registers there,
Maybe,
and
yeah.
it's hard to make things out. But like everything that I like, the vocal is fantastic. The Ottawa thing is very cool too. The drums are popping. Um, God, I like this a lot. So, um, see, bro, don't hold me to Masa standards. Sorry, bro, you did it to yourself. Sorry, you're good, but agreed. It's not letting me send. It's just loading. Try refreshing it. That always
Hmm.
like will help. But I got it super slammered in the master. Yes, it is. It does sound very slammered. That might be something to do
Lil
with.
X, maybe you have do you have a really large file that's like taking a long time to upload, or do you have slow upload speed?
Mm,
Could be it. I don't know if you can export a smaller version of the audio, do it in MP3, or instead of just don't do it in Wave. It'll definitely be smaller if it's not Wave, but
yeah.
I don't know if that's the issue.
Um. Yes, but I agree that might be it, Quinn, as well. So, uh, other than that, bro, this is fucking awesome. This is high vibes for me. Do you have anything to say about it?
Yeah,
There's like some sections
I mean,
where it's like,
I can sort.
go for it, Josh.
What were you gonna say?
No, it's okay. You go first.
Yeah, there's a slight delay, but okay. I can sort of see what you're saying about the like clashiness slightly in the highs. I think some of that becomes less intelligible because there's so much chopping too. I sort of don't care. Like, it's so tasty and good that I just like I don't need to hear every lyric, especially because it's a remix, right? I think you have a little bit more liberty to kind of play around with like speech intelligibility because people already know the lyrics and it's not like the
Oh, bro, I
theme
don't
you're
give a
trying to get
fuck
out of
about the
it.
lyrics.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like for me, I think stuff blends together and it's almost more like a mosaic. Like the way that the vocal and the other stuff clashes, it doesn't seem like a big problem to me at least. And
Possibly. I
it's
mean, in a
really
mosaic, there's borders still typically. So
okay. Then not a mosaic, like watercolor
sure.
or something.
Sure.
I don't
And
know, but
maybe
I
I'm
just
dialing
think
it
it's
in where
cool. Like I
where
just
he doesn't want it to be, but yeah,
maybe
that's fair.
I just like listening to it. Like this is like
I
very
agree.
very impressive, and I have heard not that many things that are quite like this. Um, and it's yeah, I'm a sucker for the stuff where there's like the dropouts, like the super like discrete dropouts.
Yep.
I just love that, and yeah, this made smiles, so this is cool.
Yo, exactly. Fuck this lyrics, bro. Damn, bro, you got beef with Espresso, bro, or not Espresso? Sabrina
Treating it as
Carpenter.
an instrument, yeah, that makes sense.
Damn, bro, she's just slaved over those lyrics, and you just say fuck them, man. That
You're
ain't gonna get
using
you a
her
deal with her.
intellectual property to further yourself
Yeah,
when
for
you
real,
say
bro.
that.
Hey, fuck you, bro. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
She's all the talent in this track.
Yeah, bro, for real. Watch it be like ass, like the
Oh my god,
original
yeah.
song. He just makes it crazy. But yeah, that was cool. Cool listen indeed. There's like this part here where it feels pretty like four on the floor. But then there's like this part where there's like a slight swing to it. And it's just so subtle and so masterful of Quinn, man. Like there's just levels to this shit. Me, might be oh here. Like it's a subtle change
Crazy.
where it becomes like like a little bit more laid back, a little more swingy.
Yeah.
Ah, it's so
Yeah.
subtle and it's like it comes so late in the song and it's like pause and it's like, bro, like it's masterful. I
It
like your
is.
production a lot, man. Like you're a great talent. Dom DeWise is back, bro. What's up, Dom? Crazy.
And he got his submission in, so he why Slacka, you're taking the last spot. Sorry to say, Lil X.
Wait, that's why Slacka?
Yeah, why Slacka got a submission in there.
Oh, fire. Okay. Why Slacka? Good to see you, bro. Thanks for the message on Instagram. We glad that you like the feedback and you're back. So appreciate you. You got to listen to this song. This song's crazy. That Quinn just submitted. It's ridiculous.
Lil X, by the way, we review every track that we get. We just do them in order unless you tip to skip. If you really wanted to do that, you could submit and then tip us, and you would get reviewed last today. So like
That's
right
true.
after this. But otherwise, we were here every Friday, so we'll review yours first thing next week.
We don't have it in the queue though. Like I don't know if it
Yeah,
finished.
we don't have Lil X's in the queue yet.
Yeah, Lil X did it. You said it finished uploading or what? Like what's happening?
And yeah, Dom DeWise is right. So you will get an email if you have sent a track in that we're going to review you the day of. And if you missed that, we'll send you an email once the clip is on FastTrack so you can watch it. And yes,
Bro,
let's go right to your
Dom
section.
Dom the Wise being our own advertising
Doing
team.
all the
That's crazy.
marketing for us. Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro. We love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so either way, Lil X, just get it in and we'll definitely listen to it. And if you want to switch it, like if it turns out where you are not listened to until next week, you can always like switch out the song. We'll save your spot. You'll be first. No
Yeah.
worries.
So
It's
it's,
just a
it's no
track forever
problem.
to taking forever to
As
upload.
long as it takes to upload, that's fine. We'll, whenever it gets in, we'll eventually get to it either today or next week.
Yeah, it's weird. It shouldn't be taking this long, and I don't know how slow your internet is, but
Could just be, yeah, big file, slow internet. Who knows?
but we listened to a whole song and talked about it. It's like that shit. Did you try refreshing? Oh wait, we got something.
We
I
got
Spirit.
another one. Is
Is
that
that you?
someone else or is that you?
I Spirit, Lil God, Lil X. Maybe we have to just remember
Who's
that Lil X
Spirit?
planted his flag here, and that we'll put him first. But
Yeah, we'll see.
I Spirit, are you here, bruh? Let us know because we got your track.
Hmm.
All right, let's get through this. If we wanted to get another
Interestingly,
listen here.
why Slacker and Ice Spirit got similar art there with the trees on it. It's cool.
Is Y Slacka making another account just to get
Burner
free
account.
listens?
Yeah.
But anyways, we got to get through this if we want to get to the last song. So, yeah, this is fire, fantastic. I have a little bit of uh, uh, feedback on the mix, but other than that, like this is dope. You have
Yeah.
anything to say?
No, let's get vibe scores.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh shit! 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 Yeah, baby. It's
This
my
is
favorite
great.
score, but like dyslexic. All right, content.
Yes.
What do you got?
Yeah. Um, yeah, content. I mean, it's fun. Like, obviously, it's a remix, but if you really did, I'd have to listen to the original to know. But if you really did make up that chord progression and change it, it sounds like you changed the key, which implies changing all the chords. Fuck, like that's really good. Like
I didn't
really
even
cool
catch
with
that.
those
Yeah.
those diminished chords, the end of those phrases. I think once it's like a seventh chord and then it's a diminished or something, but it's just so nice, like so
Mhm.
unique and just like perfect. It's awesome.
Bro, we're
Um,
Quinn Glazers here. Apparently, I need. I really do. What is your Spotify, bro? Like, drop it down so I could listen to it and like show my friends.
yeah, for real. We
Um,
we know this guy.
yeah, for real. Before he was big, we made him big.
Yeah,
Anyways,
we're responsible.
you heard it here. Uh, no, I think he came into the stream just fucking fantastic and like has gotten a purple every time. But content. I have a score. Do you?
Mm, Let me think if there's anything else to address here. I mean, yeah, very unique. It's a remix, obviously. Love that you're using the elements as kind of instruments to just like sonically paint, which is cool. Um, it's a little short, I guess. I don't know if that really matters. I think it's okay, but
Just run that shit back.
yeah,
Is it loopable? Let me see. How does it end? Oh, it just ends pretty abruptly. And then
a little
start.
abrupt.
Oops. All right. Yeah, I'd run that shit back. Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not getting big ever. The music is for me at this point. Bruh, what do you mean? You just need an agent, bruh. You're the type of guy that's like, I want to make music for the music. I want to make music for me. Sure. Just get someone that like gets it out to everybody and you'll be fine. Too old to have the energy to put into the music and promotion. Exactly, bruh. Don't have you do it. Get somebody else.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
that's part of the point of how we're
Fast
trying to help
track.
people build teams is that you don't have to do that shit, right? You can
Yeah.
have somebody. I promise you, imagine this. If they're professionals with like experience in like promotion, the business side of stuff, and they have like a whole bunch of artists to choose from, and you sound a lot better than most of them, like if you're that impressive, they'll want to work with you. So
Bro, there's a Quinn 64 out there, but except he's a promoter and not a musician. So he's like, man, I just like promoting. I don't like making the music actually. And he's like really good at it. He's a purple promoter. And then
yeah,
you're like, oh shit, if you guys meet, that'd be crazy. That's what
yeah.
managers are for. Indeed. Lil X, we got your submission, by the way. It came through. But yeah, let's get through this because we're glazing here. You have a score for content?
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Whew.
Super sick. Production?
But yeah, and then production again. I think there are a couple points. So first of all, the beginning and that middle section where you have like the room tone thing, wherever it
Mhm.
is, like we're in like a bathroom.
Yeah.
I think it may be a little bit too dramatic. Like I don't think it needs to be that heavy of an effect. Because it starts to sound a little bit resonant. Like if we go to where it gets really strong here. I think I said at the beginning it's a little harsh, a little bit bright at the beginning, and I think that the resonance of that strong, like small room, tiled room reverb is causing that.
Hmm.
I love how you like fade into that effect in the middle of the track. That's cool. I would just be careful with the strength of that effect and where it's resonant, and
Yeah,
maybe you can.
let me see this. I almost want to know if it's too.
What? I don't see any
Mm.
playback coming through or anything. Are you listening?
Yeah, it was weird. I think we were desynced for a little bit. I was listening, but it's okay. Uh, yeah, I see what you're saying. I uh, I was almost thinking like, oh, is it just too long? Like, I think the dramatic effect is cool, but I think it just lingers there for too long to where it's like, okay,
You
this
think?
kind of sounds weird. But yeah, I don't know. Dial it back a little. I'll get you. Yeah, that's what it boils down to, really.
It's almost like you could either dial the effect back or you could make it a little bit, just make it hit less of those annoying like resonant ass harsh frequencies. Like even if this was more bandpassed where it would give like a slightly telephone in effect, kind of like drawing a vignette around it almost. That might help too and make it be more of like a separate picture than the rest of the track, so it can really expand and you can have that contrast between the sections still. But I don't know. Right now, that effect is just not doing it for me. It's just making everything too like squeaky, too resonant. So
Fair.
might be a different way to dial that in.
Fair. Agreed. Everything else?
Otherwise,
That's pretty good. I
yeah,
also talked about that clashing, but otherwise it sounds fantastic. So
yeah, some of the highs are a little bit bright with the vocals and whatever else is going on up there, but I like the way it sounds. I think it sounds crisp and HD and just like nice. It's just like hard to describe. It's just like the balance is so cool and so nice.
oh yeah, for sure. I like it. Cool. You got a score?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Boom, 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 boom. Did you submit?
I did. Did you?
Yeah, I did. Are we desynced right now?
I don't see yours on the overlay.
I just refreshed.
It just started playing when you refresh for some reason.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, now it came through.
Track total.
Then track total. Let's see.
You got a score? Was thinking of making it a radio sound in the intro because that's what they did in the original. I see. Trick them. Be like, this is the original song, and then
I've got a score. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro. That's what I did. I gave it. You don't have to.
It is really nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna not do top tier. Probably in part because it's a remix. Like, it's cool. I just don't know if this would be the kind of thing that I would like latch onto an artist with. I would listen to it as part of your catalog, but it wouldn't be the thing I would stay for. I would stay for your tracks probably.
That's fine, but that's not my criteria for a top tier track. But
sure,
I'll digress.
You do you.
Yes, sir. Fire, Quinn. You're crazy. Love your music. Gotta check you out for sure. Chris's score didn't show up for production.
Yeah, I don't know why. There it is. It just updated. The internet is being weird today, is what I've noticed. Because the stuff on the overlay is not on our end; it's on a server, and I think both of our computers are being a little odd. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, bro. I have no idea. And then Lil X upload took like 10 minutes.
I think there's something going on right now. Oh, I wonder if it's something else. Okay, we'll see. But anyways, let's go to the last one here.
Yes. Shout out Quinn. Love you. Glad that you're here. Where's your friend Jokerhead? We also love him too.
And Lil X, we got your track.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, cool. Let's do. We got a possibly tight window here, but Ethereal, Wise Slacka, friend of the stream.
I just want to make clear, by the way, Spirit, iSpirit, whatever, and Lil X the God, we got your tracks, but yeah, as you can see, those will be future stream. So for next week, I believe. We usually get to 5. This week we got to 6, but we have a hard stop at 7:30 Central Time. So we'll be back again 5:30 to 7:30 next week on Friday.
Yeah, the internet is weird.
Joker is wild.
I hear you like chopping in and out from time to time.
It's
just
being
like
weird, yeah.
But anyways, Ethereal, they're or Ethereal, Ethereal, yeah. Their producer, track genre is hip hop, lo-fi hip hop, easy listening. Jeez. Track artist Wise Slacka, Ethereal. Fuck, he's really trying to fuck me up with these words. Or just have glue in my brain. You ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Ethereal, 3, 2, 1. Got it that time. Fuckers. Bruh, I had like rice, shawarma, fries, and pita bread. It was like all carb.
Quinn is remembering Joker and his antics and his submission difficulties.
Real. He's definitely trolling.
Lil X still has to be through the
and no, this is the last.
The bass sounds like it's in the distance.
all those like live recorded instruments? That's what
I
it
was gonna
sounds like.
ask because you've got a lot of continuity between the melodies and the different parts.
Yeah, it's
They
super
definitely
cool.
don't sound like samples.
Yeah. Shout out to Y Slacker. That was crazy. That's cool. Um, I don't
Yeah.
even know if I call it lo-fi hip hop even, but I get it. It doesn't have that timbre to me at all, but
Yeah,
um,
it's like lo-fi is something. I mean, it's a very like warm tone, like it's not
yeah,
full spectrum, and it's kind of like this window into a cloud or a dream or something. It's like this other place.
kinda. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm stuck in the old days of lo-fi, but yeah, it
Uh,
doesn't sound as gritty. It's not a bad thing. It's just
yeah.
like I would almost like put it in a different place, and I
I'm
wonder.
not trying to categorize it or compare it as much as just like listen to it at face value.
Of course, that's what I'm doing, but that's also gonna like tie some sort of connections to what I've heard before, and that's kind of what I do with impressions. But and what the information that's given. But yeah, maybe there's like some cleaner sounding lo-fi artists like Okawati, for example. But again, they sound like definitely like this is a programmed drum, but this or a sample even. But this sounds like a live like performance, like that would I would hear like a tiny desk or something for each
Yeah.
instrument, except for like the bass seems pretty like, I think the what the bass is playing is, like, fantastic, and I think the performance is cool. It just the way it's mixed or maybe there's some clashing that's happening that it just doesn't sound as clear, nearly as clear as some of the, other stuff. Like, that main, like, little kinda guitar thing is, like, so in front of everything else and so dry
Yeah.
sounding.
Dry, and there's the notes are kind of dry. There's no
Yeah,
real like decay on them,
yeah,
and that I don't know what it is. But it's like a some sort of key thing or like a pad
yeah.
that's going
On the back or yeah,
the whole time
yeah,
throughout.
yeah,
It is like actually really far forward in the mix, and
yeah.
you realize it's there the whole time, and it's kind of over everything
Yeah, bruh.
else, except for that one lead instrument line. And the bass, like more of the body, like frequency wise, of the track is coming from that
Mhm.
versus the bass, which is weird. It makes it feel imbalanced.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and
it's
yeah,
the bass is definitely more interesting, whatever than whatever is that, like, weird cloud thing, like,
yeah, it's
get
doing
that
cool
shit out of
stuff.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the cloud thing should stay in there, but it shouldn't be in
yeah.
front of other stuff. It should be like a backdrop. Um,
Dom DeWine says, Hell nah, it's sampled as fuck. Alright, you coulda fooled me.
Really?
Crazy.
So, how did you get samples? Because like, a lot of these different
Sounds clean.
samples sound like they have the same, like, melodic motifs or whatever. They sound like they're related. Do they come in, like, a pack together, or how did that happen? Did you just find ones that sound similar?
Yeah,
But,
bro got the gift.
yeah,
But yeah.
I mean, it sounds like I think what Chris was saying, it sounds very natural. There's not a lot
Yeah. Really did
of
fool
that,
me.
like, programmed drum sound or anything. Digging, yeah, I mean, that's cool. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Which means I don't know if you can actually change much except for the mixing about that lead line. But I do think that it takes away from the smoothness of the rest of the track, that the note attacks are just so dry and kind of like, I don't know, awkward almost.
Yeah, I think if you kind of try to come at it to where put everything in the kinda same space, I think that might help, and yeah, with that thing being so dry, maybe like a delay would help, a delay and a reverb, kind of make it sound a little bit more ethereal, to use your words. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think this is pretty cool, pretty
Hmm.
ethereal, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But I'm like a little kid that learned a new word, but I digress. Do I have a score for this? Hmm. I like the vocal too. Um, yeah, I think I have a score for it. You got one?
Yeah. Me too.
Three,
Hmm.
two, one. Boom.
Yeah.
Content?
Yeah. And then I think we talked about. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. It's like pretty short. It's like this little
Mhm.
thing. Uh, I don't
I think
know.
it's pretty solid on content. This could,
Yeah.
like, land on a pretty big, like, lo-fi, hip hop, like, YouTube channel. I don't even know if those are as big as they used to be back in the day, but, yeah, you could, like, submit this to there with mix changes, of course. I think right now you need to change, like, the way it's mixed, and we'll talk about it more in production. We kind of already talked about it, but content-wise, I'm pretty satisfied, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um,
It's unique.
You got a score?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Hell nah. Production.
And then yeah, production's the area that I think you could just round this out a little bit more. Make sure that the layering and hierarchy is not weird.
Mhm.
You can still have that kind of like um, the word I keep thinking of is like vignette. You know how like in an image when you've got like the outside borders are kind of like darker and it's just like this vintage feel type thing. That's what we've got here. Like there's no like extended upper range or lower range, and there doesn't need to be. It makes it feel a little bit more vintage in that same way, and like it's kind of this window into another time or another place or something like that. Um, so yeah, it's cool, but I think it just needs like that pad thing shouldn't be in front of other stuff. The bass sounds like it's a million miles away. Like having more foundation with that and just being able to hear what it's doing better would be very helpful, I think.
Mhm. Indeed, indeed. I agree. And what did you think about the drums? Do they sound a little
Let's
clicky to you?
see. I don't know. Let's play it. I think the snare could be a little thicker. It's a little bit
Right.
thin right now,
That's what I'm
but
thinking.
I think that the overall aesthetic and feel of the drums matches this really well. It's that kind of like lo-fi grungy drum kit thing where there's a
Bro,
lot of like snare rattle and a warm kick.
it reminds me of like a tiny desk, like a way a tiny desk would be recorded. That's why I'm
Yeah,
like, this is so
it's
real
like a brush
sounding.
brush snare or something.
Almost, yeah. But yeah, that's I agreed. Like, there's like a little bit less oomph because when I think about lo-fi hip hop, like a lot of them have like these breaks, like sampled break drums that breakbeat drums that have like a nice oomphy snare to it. Where this one doesn't really have that.
Yeah,
It's like it literally sounds like a tiny desk to me. The
I
drum set, it's kind of crazy.
yeah, it does a little bit. I wish you hadn't labeled this lo-fi hip hop
Sure, yeah.
because to me again I don't really think it is super like in line with the genre, but
Nope.
I kind of wish that it was pinned as something else so we wouldn't have to judge it against that because it
Yeah.
seems like its own thing, but it's still cool.
You're wrong and you should feel wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But
Yes, thank
um
you.
yeah, I was talking to Dom, but you're wrong too, Josh.
Oh,
I'll take it out on everybody.
I
But
know.
production, I got a score. Do you?
uh, yeah, I do.
3, 2, 1. Hell no. Track total?
Let's see.
I don't even know what that's from. People just keep saying it.
I've heard the
Like a
the
meme.
original, but I don't know what it's from.
The hell no.
I think
I know
so.
the hell no to the no no
Yeah, no,
no. I
not
know
that one.
that,
I know
but
that one too.
I don't know the other one. Anyways, you got a overall?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Buh.
Boom.
Pretty fire.
Yeah, pretty cool, unique. We got a lot of good stuff today.
We
Like,
really did.
really good ratings across the board. I don't think we had
Yeah.
anything under 50%,
No.
or even under 60. So,
Yeah.
props to you guys. Good shit
Y'all
today. And
went off.
send us more. Everyone's like claiming their shit's in progress, but it's all really good.
Mhm.
This is cool. So yeah, and looking forward to I Spirit and Little X the God
Mhm.
next week. That'll be again next Friday, same time, 5:30 to 7:30 Central Time. And we are excited to do that. You'll definitely get reviewed because you're the first two in the queue there, unless four other people tip to get in front, but that probably won't happen.
Yes,
Um,
if you want to update your song, delete it and re-upload it before the next stream or before your spot in the next stream, or else we'll
yeah,
listen to it because that's what you gave us, and then you'll come into the stream and be like, "Hey, did you listen to mine? I want to switch it out." And we're like, "Nah, can't do it."
yeah,
So
yeah,
do it
exactly.
when you update your song throughout the week. The submission form is open, same website. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Otherwise,
other than that, I was going to say we've got our FastTrack beta. So that's
yep.
the platform to help you guys collaborate and keep track of your music release process. So everything from uploading projects, tracks, and versions with timestamped comments, assignable tasks with deadlines, and sharing, as well as team building, which is something that we're working on. So you can build your own teams, figure out who you need to have in what roles, find people to fill those roles, and potentially have some AI in the mix too. So we're excited about that and a bunch of other stuff. We've got a lot of ideas. We've got a lot of suggestions. If you want to add suggestions or ideas, please let us know. Be our guest. And if you want to try out the beta, you can do that. All you have to do is reach out to us, and we'll get you into it. So
Yep.
hit us up on our Instagrams or the FastTrack_music Instagram, and or Discord. So we'll put that in the chat too. And what else? Follow us on Twitch so you get notified when we go live. And we're super excited for everything that's to come here. You got anything else, Chris?
Nah, bruh, you guys did great this week. Keep it up. I can't wait to hear the self-titled Lil X titled Lil X. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate you guys. We entered the stream with nothing in the queue, and then we had what 8 people submit.
7, 8 coming out. Yeah,
Yeah, pretty crazy. So appreciate you guys.
yeah,
And keep making music, keep submitting it, and yeah, if you guys are interested in the platform, we think it's pretty cool. We think it's pretty useful. In fact, a couple of my friends are using it for personal projects. So please get on if you guys are interested, and we'll get you on.
yeah.
Otherwise, we can get out of here. It's a Friday.
Sounds good. All right, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Have fun, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Peace, peace.
Peace.